Despite the fact that it was filmed years ago and it was re-edited as many times as they possibly could to desperately try to get some semblance of a good product out of Ironheart, unfortunately, the Marvel Cinematic Universe failed once again and delivered another dud. That's what Ironheart was. It is one of the worst projects they've ever put out on Disney Plus, which is saying something considering the things that are out there. And they had so little faith in this series that they decided to just get it out and over with in 1 week. 3 episodes premiering on one Tuesday, and then 1 week later, the last 3 episodes, and that was it. They just dumped it as quick as they could on Disney Plus. And now one of the questions that some people have, the few viewers that this show had, they're saying, what about a season 2? Where are we going to see Riri Williams again? And although a lot of them are trying to keep their best faces on, the truth is you're probably not going to see a second season of Ironheart, of a show that probably cost in the hundreds of millions of dollars range, just like all these other things that were coming out at that time, like She-Hulk and Secret Invasion, that they spent $200 million on. Probably around the same budget for Ironheart, considering it was getting made at the same time, just didn't release until now. And we're hearing that it's unlikely that we'd see more of Ironheart. Marvel's Ironheart likely canceled. No season 2, hence writer. And I don't know if canceled is the right way to say it, because I don't know if they ever had any plans for more than this. They certainly set you up with a cliffhanger at the end of season 1, maybe desperately hoping people would be asking for a season 2. But it looks likely that Ironheart has already been canceled and won't be getting a season 2. Head writer and series creator Chinaka Hodge says Ironheart Season 2 depends on viewership ratings. Hodge told TV Line, audiences will help make that decision of what happens next, if anything, she added. So tune in and show Disney and the MCU we have a strong fan base for Ironheart. Well, Ironheart's been out, a week and a half, almost 2 weeks at this point. And Disney is somehow strangely not announced anything about the ratings, about the viewership, which even when they have fairly disappointing numbers, they try to spin them as best they can. Like Daredevil Born Again launches with 7.5 million views on Disney Plus. They put this out about a week after the show came out. Agatha All Along, again, just over a week after the show came out. I think 8 days after the show came out. This is when Disney released this data. Agatha All Along hits 9.3 million views in 1 week on Disney Plus. And that's what they've done for Acolyte, for Ahsoka. For quite some time, they've been putting these out. Nothing for Ironheart. Not a single thing. Not a single thing for Ironheart for some strange reason. I wonder why that is. We know it missed the Luminate ratings the first week that it was eligible to be on the streaming ratings. It missed out, did not even chart in any way, shape, or form. We'll have to wait for the next iteration of those charts to see if it did anything with all of the numbers combined. But, I mean, who wants more is the real question. Despite the cheering that they did when they removed a bunch of negative reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, you can still see the audience did not love this series. The people that did give it a chance did not like it, and very few people actually gave this thing a chance. Tracks pretty similar to the 4.2 over there on IMDb. Audience members did not like this show. And certainly, I think everything we'd been saying in the lead up to this about how unlikable Riri Williams is as a protagonist, as a hero, a lot of it came through on screen because they kept within her character. It's kind of a villain origin story. She's a narcissist. That's who she is. And she decided to make a deal with the devil, quite literally. That's how this series ends. And I don't think people are begging for a season 2 unless you made the series or you're one of the delusional people that thinks that this is actually peak, that this is actually fire, bro. You just got to give it a chance, bro. You just hate black people if you don't like this show, bro. Not the case for a lot of viewers. Ironheart doesn't look like the writer has any faith that we'll ever see a season 2 of this, and is telling fans it all depends on you. You guys have to demand it. When we've previously seen these things happen on Disney Plus series that have failed viewership, usually the audience that it was made for, the audience that it was built for, like The Acolyte or something like this, they don't show up. They didn't show up for Ironheart, and I sincerely doubt the idea that we'll ever get a second season of this. Is Ironheart and Mephisto going to pop up at some point in some MCU project? Probably. They're probably going to have every motherfucker in the world in Secret Wars, even if it's just for like a 2 seconds of a face shot and whatever. But in any meaningful way, I don't think so, because nobody likes this character.